Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So this is going to be my weekly decoration using bits and pieces from Kaisercraft. If you want to see how this one all came together and what I used, then just stay tuned. Alright, so I'm not 100% sure where I want to go here. This feels like the first time in a really long time that I haven't had a collection, a kit, a something to really work with. So I'm kind of going to chuck a bunch of things together and hope that it works. So what I do know I want to do is I'm going to take all my hues from the Darling sticker book from Kaisercraft. So I want the pinks and the blacks, but mainly the pinks and the rose gold. I may chuck a bit of black in there as a pop. But I know I want to put a pocket. I haven't used a pocket in a couple of weeks, so I thought I'd do that instead of doing a flipper. So for that, I'm going to use this gorgeous piece of paper from the Misty Mountains 12x12 pack. Not 12x12, 6.5 by 6.5. And this fits in here really nicely. Like if you have a look at those pinks and that pink, they're a different shade slightly, but they're the same general kind of colours. So I'm just going to move these up a little bit. And so I'm going to stick it just on here. I know I've done pockets before, but they're just so useful. What I might do a wavy. I might get my We Are Memory Keepers one out. I don't use it very often because you guys know I don't like it. But occasionally I don't mind pulling it out. So I'm just going to grab it. So I just grabbed it out of my drawer. Ryan doesn't hate me, thank goodness, because I kind of got in the way there. So I have waves. I have big waves. And I have a funny shape. We're going to use the funny shape. I don't quite know what the funny shape is, but we're going to use that. I have done a full review of this trimmer. If you use it like right up against the edge, you can get a good result. My issue is I don't want to do that. I want to use it on the side here, which sometimes doesn't give the best results. But I generally like to give things more than one try. I know I have tried this about 4 times, but we're going to try it at least once more and see what we get. So I'm making sure that's really solidly up against this edge. And I'm going to push really hard and hope that it cuts. It hasn't cut great, but it hasn't cut badly. So it didn't cut all the way to the edge, but I don't need all the edge anyway. So we should be okay. So that's just giving it just a little bit of something, something. So what I'm going to do is stick that down, or line up first where I want to put it. So I want it to sit just a little bit above the line. I'm just going to grab just a bit of washi tape. I just grabbed a bunch of pink washi out of my collection to kind of use with this. And I know pink's not generally my colour either, which is the other reason I thought I'd give this a shot, because pink is so not my comfort zone. I am so a blue girl. So I'm just sticking that down so it doesn't roll away or slide away too much on me. And then just marking with a pencil sort of roughly where my edges are. And that way I can trim to match. So if you've been watching me for long enough, you know I always cut a little bit more than I thought. Sorry, I'm trying to work out which way that goes. There we go. So if I line that up, I'll always go a little bit, even just a tinsy half a centimetre, half a millimetre further, so that I can always cut off the excess. And then I get right on the line. That worries me, because that wasn't straight. Maybe it was. No, it wasn't. Oh, I don't like the look of this, guys. I may have buggered this up, but that's alright. We've got plenty of paper. Just doing the same thing on the bottom here. We'll see how we go anyway. Too many fluffies. No, I'm going to be able to save it because I've got enough. I did leave enough. So it will be fine. So I'm just going to glue this in with glue tape. Not going to do anything particularly fancy here, but I'm just getting as close to the edge as I can. Getting that all over my desk again. Because I don't want it to, I don't want to spend too much of the pocket space on glue. So just lining that up. This sometimes can take a while. Just trying to get the edges as straight as I can. I have some fluffies on the bottom, but I'll clean them up in a sec. As soon as you get it in the spot you want it, push it down. Whoops, don't do that. Don't crease the paper, whatever you do. And that way you're going to get that solid. And then just with the scissors, I'm just going to cut off the fluffies and cut off this tinsy little bit of excess on the edge. Whoops, washi tape. Just getting rid of the fluffies. And then just getting rid of this really skinny excess bit. It's too thin to do with your paper trimmer. You could, but sometimes there's a time when paper trimmers just aren't worth it. There we go. And so there we've got our little pocket. So we're not going to use this paper in here, but it's just going to sit in like that. It just allows me to chuck lists, etc. in. For my footy details, I am going to use another piece of paper from this, get rid of that washi tape, from this paper pad. It's just a plain kind of pink paper. Where'd it go? There it is. And then I'm going to cut it. I don't want it to sit up really high, like I want about half that, I think. So I'm not winging it here, but I'm not quite sort of sure what I'm doing. As you may have noticed, I'm really not sure what I'm doing. So I'm cutting it in, that's a new word. Cutting it in half first, because then I'm gonna line these two, or stick these two together. So I've got two sides to this, and then I'm gonna work out how high I want it to sit. So I've still got fluffies on this. I'm a little worried about the amount of fluffies, so I think I might change my blade in a second and see if that makes a difference. Sticking this down first. The good thing is, if you put both of the fluffy edges together, when you do tidy it up, you're gonna get like clean up both edges at once, so that sort of saves a little bit of hassle. Whoops. When we fix this up in a sec, we might recut that edge. So I'm going to do two things. First thing is I'm just grabbing my craft knife and just rubbing that down the return. Sometimes the fluffiness is caused by stuff stuck in there as opposed to the blade. And then we'll switch these blades over. Alright, so I can't find my other blade. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to pull in my new paper trimmer. Shh. So if you saw my invitations video, you would have seen this one. I do like this one more, I think, even than my little one, but it's a bit big, so it's a bit cumbersome to kind of pull out all the time. So that's why I was trying not to do that. But I am going to just cut this so that I get the nice clean edge. That's better. Whew. Who would have thought fluffies would be so annoying? And then you do the same thing on the other side. If you cut a little bit more, as in I sort of went off the side of where that edge was, that's not the worst thing in the world. And then I feel like I want to do something different. I don't want this just to sit in the side. I kind of want it to do something. So I'm just jumping into the sticker book and seeing what I've got. So what I'm going to do is on the top, I want to put, I don't use these very often, so that's why I thought I would. I've got these little tabs that say notes. So I'm going to grab the pink one. This has got the beautiful rose gold on it. I'm just going to, I really don't use these very often, so it's really weird when I do. So I want to put it on, I want that to sit in this side. So I'm going to put the tab on the right hand side. Actually, hold on, before I put that down, I was going to put just a pop of washi tape because I feel like that's going to give this a bit more of an edge. So this is Kmart washi tape, I think. Yep, Kmart washi tape. I write the names of where I get them from now so that I can tell you guys stuff, and I knew it was going to do this. This is one of those ones that just didn't quite work. So what you do, this is what I've learnt. Just heat them up a little. That sounds weird. for some strange reason it makes the foil stick. If it doesn't work, I have like 6 other rose gold washi tapes, so it's not the worst thing. Alright, we've got the whole way around without any coming up. Let's see if we can get the whole way around and actually get a whole strip of tape. And I think this is just this kind of washi, this metallic, like really metallic. Like I don't think it's Kmart's fault because I know Spotlights did the same thing. So it's got nothing to do with the quality of the washi tape, I don't think. It's just more the kind of tape it is, I think. So we're just grabbing, just gonna cut, I'm gonna put that at the top. Nice edge on the right side. I want it to sit halfway, or as close to halfway as I can, so I might need to use that this way. There we go. Stick that down and cut off the excess, and then we'll fold it over. So now we'll go back in with our notes. That looks better. I don't know why, it was just missing something. And then folding it over so it sits like the tab should, which is a bit hard with this sticker if I'm being honest. Sorry if my head's completely in the way. Okay. So it looks a bit funny because it's not the same thickness, I guess, of the other bit, and I folded it in the wrong spot, so I'm going to try and... I think that still looks alright. Do you think that still looks alright? Ryan thinks it looks good, so if Ryan thinks it looks good, it must be. I did though want to put just a quote at the top here. So I'm going to grab one of these ones with the black. Which one am I going to use? I just want one that's going to fit right in that right spot. So I'm going to do this one here that says laugh till it hurts. Alright, so now we're going to work out where the height is that I want this to be. I think I want it to sit just above Saturday, just about there. So I know the tape goes to about here, and this isn't a precise thing, but as close as I can get it to being precise. Whoops. So back onto the trimmer. Perfect. Oh. Alright, I know that's not much to get excited about, but I think that looks really cool. So on this one, I'm going to put all my footy details. So I'm going to go ahead and do that super fast, and I'll be back in just a sec. Alright, so it happens to be a bye round in the AFL this week, so I haven't got as many games, but they're spread over 4 days. So they fit on there really, really nicely. On the back, I do want to stick a sticker, but it's going to be more for lists and things like that. So I'm going to put a big square quote sticker or something along those lines. I like that one. I like that one. So it just says on there, don't count the days, make the days count. Which is actually probably really appropriate for a to-do list. And then we'll put the to-do at the top here. So I'm just going to cut this a little bit thinner. I just don't like how thick that is. And the font's not in the middle. The text, sorry, isn't in the middle. I'm just going to cut that a little thinner. Just put that up here at the top. I'm not going to turn it into a flag. I'm just going to leave it as it is. That's really going to bug me. It's just a little black mark. There we go. There we go. So we've got our to-do on the back with a little quote, and then we've got our footy details on the front. Depending on which way you wanted to have it, you could put it whichever way you like. I think I like it better that way. Pretty. Says we got the little pocket done. That took a long time to do the little pocket. Let's do the rest of it. So I have a couple of different kinds of washi tape here. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. That's where I'm going to run into trouble. So I'm going to try, I just want to see what this looks like on the top. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. So I'm just going to cut off that first bit, just because it is a bit old and dodgy. going to white out the top here so that we don't have the dune showing through, but we will put a sticker back there so that we can put it back in again afterwards. We're going to do the same on both sides, so might as well do it while we're here. If you wanted to be really, what's the word I'm looking for here? Frugal, you could cut this straight in half and use one side each side. I'm not going to, just because I have plenty of this. I don't really need to be frugal with my washi tape. I never use a whole roll anyway. I think I used a whole roll once. Before I do finish that off though, I just want to see what this looks like. So this is a Express It washi. I can get this from Spotlight or from Officeworks. I just want to see what that looks like with just a pop of pink. I feel like it needs rose gold on there now. So I'm going way too far here. Sorry, I gotta warm this washi tape up again, so hold on. I just want to see if I can do like a really skinny strip of this, like really skinny. I don't know if I can. I have no idea. We're going to give this a shot. Ryan's just said use the big one. So we'll get the big one. I'm still very scared of the big one. I don't know why. It's very intimidating. Really good. A bit wonky, but that's okay. Not lots wonky. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off all of the excess there. She's stuck down on my desk pretty nicely. Let's get it all off. That's what the top side, or this side, looks like. I actually really like that. I think that looks really cool. The two, still being able to see the light pink, like the geometric design, whatever it is, through the dark pink, I think is really cool. Just gives it a little bit of something. So we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Like I said, I could have saved some of that washi. I did think about it, but whoops. So I'll just use this one. And so just so you guys know, if you're following along with this, I'm putting the geometric washi right along the line at the top, and then I put the dark pink one like a quarter of a millimeter below it, so it covers the line. And I was just putting the rose gold on the edge of the two. I love that top. And then at the bottom, rather than doing anything else, I'm just going to grab the excess rose gold and I'm just going to put that at the bottom just on its own, I think. I may put a strip of the dark pink on top because this isn't as tall as I thought it was going to be. All right. We've got all our edges done. We've got our pocket done. Now we can get into some actual planning, shall we? So I'm going to leave the days of the week in as they are. I'm not going to do anything with those at all for a change. It's taken me a few weeks to get back on the just using them as they were kind of bandwagon, but they're there now. We're going to go backwards. We're going to start off with Sunday. don't have what I want, so I'm going to do something else. I'm going to grab this little sheet of hexagons, and I'm going to grab this baby pink one and just put that at the bottom here. It's so super tiny. And then just in black, because I did all of my footy in just black. I know usually I do the colours, but this week I decided not to. I'm just going to put a little star. I don't know why, just felt like it. Before that, to put work stuff in, what do I want to do for work? So because that's just one teensy little thing, for work I'm going to grab these pink and rose gold half ones, and we'll put that just above it and just write the details in. Just realised I've got 2 shifts, but oh well, that'll work. Then going back for the birthdays, I'll go back into these stickers. I'm just going to grab anything pink. I'm going to use this really cute little bunting. So we've got a couple of different little bits and pieces here. So, oh wow, so much to do. For the day off stickers, the day off, where are my lime and water ones? What have I got? My little flags, do I have some pink? Oh, I've got gym for pink, that's good. Ooh, that one. So I'll grab that one for the gym, that one for the, I've got pink. Yay! Of course we have pink, when would I have used it? I don't use pink. So we're going to put all the flags on first. Oh, actually, I have another birthday, so we'll put that in first. No, you won't. I'm telling lots of lies. No, wrong one. Sticker book. I want to put in a couple of square stickers down the side here. I'm going to grab another to do. This is where I'm going to get something black, and I'll bring some black into the other side afterwards. Then you get this one that says to do. I'm going to put that in right underneath that sticker, just leaving the line there though. And then with my black pen, I'm going to draw a box around it. I can find where I put my little ruler. Where did it go? I'm actually going to do 2 of those. I'm going to put one on the Wednesday and one on the Thursday because they're both my days off. Actually, maybe I'll do one as important instead of to do, just so I have a bit of difference there. I wonder if you could do one going up instead of going down. I think that looks pretty cool. So then we'll put the day off stickers in, put the birthday stickers in. So I always like to have the day off flag just next to the date. I don't know why I prefer it that way, but I do. I guess it wouldn't look any different or any better or worse if it was like right up against this edge, but for me it just needs to be a bit more near the actual date. Also put our little scales in. Kind of going to split the middle here because it's going to be on either Wednesday or Thursday. And then I know I have to go to the gym twice. I actually have 2 appointments with my trainer next week, but I don't know yet what time. So I'm going to put gym stickers on Wednesday and Thursday because I know I have to go twice. We need to add some black. We need to put some more black in here because there isn't enough. one that says old ways don't open new doors. We're going to put that on this side. And then I'm going to do another box up here. Just, I feel like I sometimes put all my to-dos on one side and then the back end of the week I forget to do a bunch of stuff. So I'm just grabbing, I wanted one, there we go. I want the one that says memo. So it's just so I remember that there's still other things I need to do at the back end of the week. I do tend to do most of my jobs Wednesday and Thursday, but sometimes I forget. Then just needs something at the top here. And then I've got another idea just for another bit of black. So I think probably doesn't need to be black, probably needs to be pink. It does feel a little bit like quote overload this week, but that's okay. And then just as a finish up, I'm actually not going to put any more black, but I am going to put a little bit more white. So there's this gorgeous one here that's just has, and it's still one of my favorite quotes. I love it, and it just says, "You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know." I just want to put that on the bottom here. It should fit perfectly. Should. It's my favorite word. And I'm going to leave it like that because that is very pink, but there's something about it that I really, really like. Oh, that's a lot of pink. A lot of pink. The good thing is, if it does get a little much, if it feels like there's too much pink here, that feel much too much pink, too much black, I can always chuck in something else, but the text actually evens this out a little bit more than I thought it would. And I really like the boxes, although that one looks a bit big, but hey, you can't have everything. So that is my week using the Darling collection with a bit of Misty Mountains in it as well, and just some different coloured washi tapes. Like I said at the start, this is very old school familiar. This is how I used to plan before I started using kits and things like that. But I do really enjoy doing it this way. Do you know what I haven't done? I haven't punched my holes. I'm not going to be able to put it back in my planner because I haven't punched my holes. It looked off center and I couldn't work out why. Then I looked down and realized there's only one hole on that side. So that's why. So there we go. That's it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Let me know if you like this kind of just grabbing a color and kind of using a color as my theme as opposed to using a kit or an idea or a collection. So let me know down below if you prefer it this way or if you like it the other way. Don't forget to be subscribed so you don't miss any of my videos. I do have some cool ones coming up in the next couple of weeks, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss them. Give this one a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Sending you lots of huggles. Bye!